Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So I have something very exciting to show you about Niru's Supreme Plus skill upgrade. So the first impression of looking at his skill upgrade was this is going to be great for him to work with Daimon, Shemira. All of his normal attacks will be replaced with Spirit Devourer, which is one of his abilities to drain the life force of all enemies. When Spirit Devourer heals Shemira or Daimon, it increases their defenses and also heals them. So it seems like a lot of synergy with Shemira and Daimon and just running like a Greyborn comp. However, someone came up, and it was actually Star-Lord, I believe, came up with this concept running on the Lightbearer faction talents, having Niru on it. Because Lightbearer faction talents, basically, they increase your attack speed by a lot. So if all of his normal attacks are going to be the Spirit Devourer, basically his attack speed is going to be boosted massively thanks to the Lightbearer faction talent tile. And then on top of that, after a certain number of normal attacks, you deal bonus true damage. So basically, Niru is turning into a HYPERCARRY himself. Which is ridiculous, because like he's a support hero. For a long time, he wasn't even considered that great. And now he's completely taken over the game. So let's see this. So Niru is going to take the Lily May interruption. What is he doing? All of his normal attacks become this life force draining. He doesn't even have to go in within range of enemies. And he's just firing off from the back. Like, this is ridiculous. You see, it's like, I cannot imagine this is what the developers intended when they decided, let's buff up Niru. Niru is now like a massive nuker from the beginning of the battle. And also he's healing your ally team with this. Like, you see the healing amount here. When I saw, and this is an all Paragon 2, Paragon 3 team. This is ridiculous. So they weren't running an artifact, to be fair, but yeah. So Core Force spell is gonna be it's like basically the best artifact for a HYPERCARRY in the back, and because Niru is now a HYPERCARRY, running with the Core Force spell, it makes him unaffected and gives him some haste at the beginning of the battle. That means a bit faster attack casting. Okay, so I'm going to attack this player again because overall is good. However, you know what? To make it fair, I'm also not going to run an artifact. Because then at least we're fair on the artifact. Because honestly, I don't really think we need the artifact. Without an artifact to see, like, on fair terms, are we actually going to be able to get it done? Or was it only because we had, like, the artifact advantage? I think the Daimon shielding probably is going to be enough. Because you have Siren for crowd control that buys a bit of time for your team. Niru just dealing his damage. The Daimon shielding is enough. Also, Daimon can terrify the enemies upon taking a certain amount of damage. Yeah, looks pretty safe. Like, towards the end, we get a little bit low on health, but the entire enemy team is basically dead, other than the Tasi. Hugin is going to provide more shielding for Niru to keep him alive. And this is an opponent's Stroll team, which is actually not the easiest to be nuking to begin with, because, like, you can't just shred through them. Tasi will keep proc invincibility, and then she can solo you at the end. So here you have it. Okay, guys, we have another player here. Is he also not running an artifact? I think he's also not running an artifact. Okay, so we'll not run an artifact again. I'll just use it like this. I'll use it like this and leave Luca all on his own. Let's see what happens here. Luca's just basically a meat shield. The opponent has Siren, so I'm a little bit worried. Let's see what happens here. So, Niru is going to be nuking from the beginning of the match. The only way I can see to, like, increase the casting of Niru is give him more haste buffs. If we can give him more haste buffs, then he'll be able to attack more quickly. So we're going to get crowd control by the Siren because we're not running Core Forge because we want to be on even terms. But we have enough healing here. And that looks fine. We have a bit of a Paragon advantage, but nothing major, like just 3 Paragon 1 heroes. I think he had at least 1 Paragon 1. So I don't think it's that unfair. And I just want to see Niru's damage output here. Okay, yeah, Daimon buffing him up, Hugin buffing him up. Let's see what happens. Yeah, okay, 20 million damage with this. Yeah, he did have 2 Paragon 1s, we had 3 Paragon 1s. We have better charms than him, so we definitely had the advantage, there's no question about that, but it kind of shows you Niru. So if Niru has to be on the faction talent tile in the back, definitely you want to run with Core Force spell if you're going to run a team like this. You don't have to run Niru like this. His Supreme Plus skill upgrade will be good in other grade 1 comps with Shemira and Daimon, for example. But if you want to run a hypercarry Niru comp, I think the optimal is 3 Lightbearers, Daimon, and Niru. Because Daimon and Niru have that synergy, and Daimon can further buff up the Niru, and then you have 3 Lightbearer heroes to activate the faction talents. You have Niru in the back, so you cannot use like the twins to buff him, but you use like other heroes to buff him. Hugin buffing him, Daimon buffing him, Rowan for potions. I think that's a really good Okay guys, I was able to find at least a pretty good setup defense, 17 faction talents, they have the factional, like the artifact, and then they have a 3 Grave Warden team. Pretty overall decent team. This would be good for testing purposes. Okay, so we're gonna bring out our Core Forge, definitely. We'll bring out the Core Forge spell, which is going to be right here. And power up the Niru, and I want to go for the double buff. I want to go for the double buff of Hugin buffing up Niru, and then also Daimon buffing up Niru. I think that's better, and Siren can be off to the side. Now, in terms of upgrades of our team, they have 1 Paragon 1, 2 Paragon 3s, 2 Supreme Plus. We have Paragon 2, 3 Paragon 1s. Very overall even. And I'm excited because I know that Niru is going to shred through this. So Niru is going to begin. Look at this. And I don't know exactly what the mechanic is, but like I'm assuming his attack speed. Yeah, his attack speed probably is going to allow him to cast more times his Spirit Devour. Okay, so Niru takes a bit of damage here, but we get a lot of, yeah, we've killed almost the entire enemy team. The elbow spell goes off and nukes my Niru in the back. Okay, interesting. We'll have to see the damage output of this fight, because Daimon, we're not going to get soloed by Daimon, obviously, but the Niru, basically, he is a hyper carry, but I don't necessarily think this is the best comp for Niru, honestly, because he's just, like, his damage is good, but is not as good as another hyper carry. Like, it's not like as good as a Shemira carry and just having Niru as a support. So I think you still should use Niru as a supporter, but this is just really fun. Like, this is a really fun idea. Just like, you know, Walker on the Lightbearer tiles, Niru on the Lightbearer tiles with the Supreme Plus upgrade is also really good. Okay, guys, we have the final boss. I can't imagine that we beat something like this. Look at this team. This is a deadly team. Athalia, they have Tasi, Almas. Everything's also really difficult to kill. So, like, the whole comp of our team, our team is not going to work well into this. But we'll try it. We'll try it. We're a bit Paragon under upgraded, but who knows? I think it would be a miracle if somehow Niru manages to do it. Because I think Athalia is just going to one-shot the Niru. Because Niru is very squishy. So using him as a hyper carry, and also the fact that Athalia can break through shields. Okay, we got the Siren ultimate off. What? 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 How? How did this happen? Okay, so it actually somehow worked. I was not expecting this at all. But I think Siren did most of the heavy lifting. Niru did a little bit, but like, how did they? I guess they didn't have like Iron or something. Like, I was seeing the Almas, I was like, they're gonna lock me down, but they don't actually have Iron here. So let's see what happens. So the damage from Niru is gonna come off at the beginning. This team is really fast as well, because you have Rowan energy boosting, you have Hugin, Siren both casting ultimates really quickly, and Niru just dealing his damage. So that actually worked. So overall, guys, these are just the different showcases of Niru on the Lightbearer faction tile. Definitely this is fun, but I don't know if I would recommend it, because Niru is a squishy hyper carry, but along with Siren, the double threat is actually really impressive. And I'm excited to see more of Niru, but I'm planning to run, like, when Niru gets the Supreme Plus skill upgrade, I'm planning to run him with Shemira and Daimon both in the same team as a Graveborn faction talent team, and that is what my viewer is running. He's basically running those on his Supreme Arena defense lineup right now, which I think is probably better, to have these two, like, all three together, like, and using them as a supporter, and so for some bonus damage. But anyway, really cool Supreme Plus skill upgrade, really cool tech with the Lightbearer faction talents, so credit to Starlord for that. I believe he's the one that came up with it. If it's anyone else, you guys can point it out in the comment section down below. Yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. And finally, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. There's a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. There's the best way you can support me at no extra cost to you. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.